Today we are going to discuss a program which is showing the details of inheritance. See, here you have a program, you have a class box, and in that class box you have three private variables which are declared as double, width, height, and depth. They are declared as private in the sense they are private to that class. That means you cannot access that object or access that variable from outside. Okay, that we will discuss later. Anyway, three private variables, width, height, and depth. Then box, there is a constructor called box, and you are going to pass an object of the parameter, and using the if you are passing that object, then width is equal to object dot width. You are passing an object as your constructor, and the width of that object is uh, the width of the current object. Then height is equal to ob dot height, and depth is equal to ob dot depth. Now another constructor is we can pass three double values which are width, height, and depth. Then or you can have a parameterless constructor. In that case, if you don't have any parameters, simply a box is given, then it will be then it will set width is equal to -1, height equal to -1, and depth equal to -1. And if parameter we are passing is a double value, a single double value, then width, height, and depth, all of them are same. That means that is a case of a cube. Now the there is a method which is returning the volume. Volume means width into height into depth. So that's all about that box object. And box object is having three properties: height, width, and depth. And these are parameters, these are constructors, and four constructors are there, in which a parameterless constructor, then an object of type box can be passed to that constructor. Then another one, three double values as parameters, and fourth one is a single double value we are going to pass as parameter, and a method is there which is returning the volume of the box. Now here we are going to have a class box weight. Box weight means we are going to box weight means box weight extends box means now you are adding or you are extending, you are inheriting the property of box plus one more property or one more attribute you are going to add, that is weight. That means class box weight extends box means you are creating a subclass of box which is called box weight, and in that you have added a new property or new attribute which is weight, and it is double value. Then box weight is having four constructors. Here box weight, the first constructor is having, you have to pass one box weight object as a parameter. In that the super ob means even the super object is called, what will happen, this is created from box class, and super object means now you are going to call the constructor of its super class. Here for box weight, its super class is box, and when you are passing that object to this box object, what will happen, then this constructor will be executed, this constructor will be executed. Okay, then the second one, box weight is having box weight constructor which is having width, height, depth, and mass. That means four double values as parameters we are going to pass. In that case, it is calling another constructor which is this one. That means this constructor, for the super class, this constructor will be called. And if you are using a parameterless constructor for box weight, in that case it will again call super, means it is the super class constructor calling, and the parameterless super class constructor will be called. And here in this case, if you are passing a length and mass of the box weight object, then in that case what will happen, it will call a single parameter single parameter constructor will be called the super class. Okay, so that's all about box weight. Anyway, box weight is an inherited object or inherited class, or it is a subclass of box. And whenever a box weight object is instantiated, what will happen, it's super call after the first thing. For any object, if you are creating an object, if it has a superclass, then superclass constructor will be called first, and after that, thereafter, uh, the subclass constructor will be executed. So that is why for every subclass constructor, the first statement is a superclass constructor call. See here, for all these four box weight constructors, for all of them, the first statement is super OB, super WHD, super length, etc. That means it is calling its superclass constructor. Okay. Then now you have two classes, the box class and box weight class, which is a subclass of box. Now I'm going to show you what will happen if this is executed. This is the main class demo super, and this is the entry point. A public static void main is the entry point of that program. Now box weight. Now we are going to create a box weight object, my box 1, three objects, my box 1, my box 2, my box 3, my cube, and my clone. That means you are going to call five, or you are going to create five different objects. My box 1. In that my box 1, you are going to pass how many parameters? 4 parameters. In that case, 4 parameters 10, 20, 15, and 34.3. Now this constructor will be executed. This constructor is called. Then when this is called, the superclass constructor is executed. When that is executed, width is set as 10, height is equal to 20, depth is equal to 15, and weight assigned equal to 34.3. Okay. For the second object, my box 2, in that case also you have 4 constructors, 4 parameters. In that case also it will execute this one. That means as it is having 4 parameters of type double, then definitely it will call box weight double W, double H, double D, and double M. Okay. Then after that, if you are calling or creating my box 3 and it is having a parameterless box weight, then what will happen? See here, box weight without any parameter. In that case, super is called with, again that is the parameterless one. Then what will happen? So this will be called, and width, height, and depth are equal to -1, and after that weight also is set as -1. So all the parameters, that means height, depth, width, and weight, all of them are set to -1. Then what about this? My cube, box weight 3, 2. That means 2 parameters. So you have to search for uh, constructors which are having 2 parameters. Here 2 parameters. In that case, super length. That means here it is calling a constructor in which you are going to pass a single double value. So in that case, see, this is box len is passed. In that case, width, height and depth are equal to length. That means all of them are set to length. That means it is a cube. Okay. Now box weight micron, new box weight my box 1. So see, listen here. Here this is a clone. That means you are exactly replicating. That means you have already created my box 1. You are going to create a replica of that. For that, box weight my clone new box weight my box 1. See, listen here. So in that case, you are going to pass a my box 1 object as your parameter for the constructor. So in that case, what will happen here? This is called, okay, when this is called, what will happen? Then superclass, that means this object is again passed to its superclass. Then there, what will happen? This is the superclass called, and here width of the new object will be set as the width of the parameter you have passed. Height and depth also like the same. Then after that, weight is set as ob dot height. Weight is set as ob dot weight means the object's weight is set to the new object's weight. Okay. So now you have created how many objects? 5 objects. This my clone is an exact replica of my box 1. Then after that, you are going to print volume is equal to my box 1 dot volume. Then actually my box 1 is having, these are the parameters for my box 1. Then 10 into 20 into 15, that will be displayed, and its weight is also displayed. Okay. Then after that, my box 2 dot volume, again my box 2 is 2 into 3 into 4. How much? 2 into 3 into 4 is its volume, and its weight will be displayed. And after that, my box 3 dot volume. What is my box 3? My box 3 is an empty, or it is a parameterless constructor. In that case, it is having minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Volume is minus 1, and my box 3 dot weight is also minus 1. See, next one is my clone dot volume. My clone dot volume is, my clone is an exact replica of this my box 1. In that case, 10 into 20 is 200 into 15, that will be 3000. Okay, 3000, and my box 3 dot weight is my box 3. It is not. So now we are going to discuss this one, the fourth one, my cube. My cube is, what is that? My cube, when you calculate that, it's a cube, and it's a one side, or length is 3 into 3 into 3, so that will be 20, that will be 27, and the weight is 2, and the last one is a clone. And this is how an object can be created from, or a subclass can be created from its superclass. This is an illustrative example for that. So here I am going to execute that. I'm going to execute that using Java C demo super.java. Okay, Java C demo super.java. Now it has compiled, and now I am going to execute that Java demo super. Okay, so see, volume of the first box is 3034.3, then 24, 2 into 3 into 4, that is 24, 0.076. And for 3, all the values are minus 1, and my clone is an exact replica of first one, and the last one is 27 and 2. Okay, so that is all about inheritance. So this is a clinical example for how inheritance is done. This is for demonstrating inheritance concept. Okay, thank you.